Hi everybody, this is your week 8 video just to kind of introduce you a little bit to this week's stuff. Before I get into what I want you to be doing this week, I just want to talk a little bit about grading, and I want to talk a little bit about the announcement that I sent out on Friday. So we'll start with the announcement. You can see it here. Should you withdraw from this course, I think for at least half of you, you guys are doing awesome. If you've been turning in your assignments and, really kind of focusing on the class, and even if you've been turning in assignments and haven't been doing like as good as you had hoped, but you've got your points and you've got that stuff turned in, you're going to be just fine. You'll probably easily pass the class. Questioning whether you should withdraw is really for people who haven't been turning in their work. And I'm probably preaching to the choir here because those of you who are actually watching this video are probably the ones turning in your work. But if you know anyone who was taking this class who maybe has mentioned to you, they've stopped doing the work or whatever, just let them know that withdrawing is probably the better option. And, if this is you, if you're watching the videos but you are feeling overwhelmed and you haven't been turning in your assignments, I really can't stress enough how much getting a W is so much better than failing a class. I mean, it can mean the difference between, being able to get financial aid next semester. So just keep that in mind. And again, if you're not sure, send me an email. The last day to withdraw is Monday, so I hope you're not watching this video too late. In terms of grading, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is I'm a little bit behind on grading. It usually takes me 2 weeks to grade your major papers, so I do still have this week to get that done from like my own personal deadline, but I had wanted to start this weekend and I was out of town and I haven't started yet, so I'm planning on starting this week. Hopefully I can get them all graded. It will probably take me about an hour per assignment just because I want to make videos for you guys and I want to be thorough with my grading to give you good comments and feedback so that you can improve. So just keep an eye out for those grades, but if you're, checking Blackboard every 5 minutes, calm down. I haven't started, and I do apologize for that. Okay, so what do you want to do this week? If you go to weekly assignments, this is week 8. You can go a little bit down to week 8 and check out the learning module. So this week you have a quiz and you have your extended bibliography due, so keep that in mind. But before you have that, I really want you to find a way to inspire yourself for this article or for this essay. If you haven't yet emailed me with your topic, please do so. I think about maybe four of you have emailed me with your chosen topic. Remember, you can't have the same topic as anybody else. So it's really important that you check the list to see what topics have already been chosen, and then once you pick your topic, email me immediately so that you can get credit or so that you can get that topic secured. And if you are not sure yet, hopefully this week will really kind of help you get inspired about something to write about. I think current events are maybe one of the best things to pick. A lot of you are picking current events or very famous people. I love it. Okay, so what are you doing? You're finding inspiration for your research. Within this folder, there are quite a few articles that you'll be taken to for you to read more about kind of like social media. Excuse me. I'm back, about how we can analyze social media, about how news spreads, stuff like that. And so I want you to read through, let's see, there's an article, there's a video to watch, there's a list of social media terms. It's called the Social Media Glossary, and for those of you who are not as familiar with this, I think the glossary is fabulous. I want you to kind of work through this glossary. It's pretty long and in depth, but there are a lot of very, very interesting words and terminologies here for you to kind of familiarize yourself with, things that you understand but maybe you don't have the language for. So check this out. And then there's also a very challenging but really engaging and very informative scholarly article here that I want you guys to read through because it's really good. It talks about social media logic, and I really, really believe that in order to have a successful paper, you have to understand social media logic, because it's sometimes illogical, but it's based on media logic. It's based on the logic of Fox News and CNN and all that stuff, and like how the media spread, but this is social media. So it's talking about a little bit, it's kind of, there's a compare and contrast element here, but it's nice. It's 10 pages. It's not a super long scholarly article like some of them can be, but it's also broken up into segments, and I think that makes it easier to digest. So take your time when you're reading this. Like, you have to sit down, with a pen in hand in order to digest this content. But once you've read through and watched this sort of inspirational social media content, then you have the opportunity, it's optional, but I hope you'll do it, to participate in an extra credit discussion board. And you can earn points by doing a number of things. So you can earn points by summarizing some of the content that you've read and relating to the content that you've read. You can earn points by picking one of the items in the glossary that you've never heard of before and talking a little bit more about that. You can earn the most points by digesting that scholarly article. And then you can also just kind of talk about stuff that you like make a preliminary social media argument, things that just kind of come up in your own brain that are not text-based. So you'll see these prompts here. Prompts 1 through 4 are based on the readings. Prompt 5 is not. You can earn points that way. You can also earn points by replying. The total number of points you can earn here is 40 points. That can raise your grade by 4 percentages. So if you had a 90, you could get a 94. I mean, that's a ton of extra credit points. So I really encourage you guys to do this extra credit discussion board. It's due at the end of the week, so it's due on Sunday, April 8th, along with your extended bibliography. Once you've kind of read through this and decided whether or not you're going to participate in this extra credit discussion board, I also want you to dig into more of the details of APA format. So last week, you guys submitted your APA structure pages, and I haven't gotten to grade those yet. My goal is to have those graded by Wednesday, because I know that you're going to want to figure out the structure for not necessarily your extended bib, because you don't have to have the headers. The only thing with your extended bibliography that has to be in APA format is the citations themselves, and so the quiz doesn't necessarily speak to that. But I'm hoping to have the quizzes graded by Wednesday, so be on the lookout for those. So what you're going to do now is dig into the details of APA format, and that is, how do you cite the specific citations themselves? If you think back to the MLA section, first we did MLA formatting, like how to make a document, and then we did the specifics of how to do in-text citations and citations on the works cited page. So that's this part. We're doing in-text citations and citations on the references page for APA format now. On Wednesday, I'm going to send out an extra credit assignment for the quiz that you'll take for Wednesday. Again, remember with MLA, you took a quiz, you got information on a certain citation, and then you had to decide which formatting was the correct citation. I don't know if you guys remember this, it was a while ago. But then I gave you an extra credit assignment, and I said, okay, you can go back and tell me why you answered the question incorrectly. What is the correct answer? And I'll give you half credit back to your quiz. I'm going to do that again. So just be on the lookout for that extra credit assignment. I'll probably send it out via email and announcement on Wednesday. So you'll learn about that. You'll take your quiz, like I just said, and then make sure by Sunday you are turning in your extended bibliography. Go back to the week 7 video if you need information on the extended bibliography, but you can also, if you don't want to watch it on the video, you can also find the assignment sheet here just in case you need to just preview it before you turn in your extended bib. Okay. I think that covers everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video, but please let me know if you have any questions at all. I'm always happy to answer your questions. I think that you guys are doing a really good job, and I'm really looking forward to reading your work that you've just submitted. So have a great week, and email me if you need me.